This stadium is the worst stadium in Europe. Do you like this stadium?
No, it's soulless, mate.
Yeah, I mean, we were lied to, basically.
Miles away from the park.
Hands down, this is the worst stadium.
Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to the UK. Yes, we have landed back in the UK. We were over in America shooting a couple of videos, and it seems to be that we've brought the weather with us. What a beautiful day here in London. Now, today's video is one that is very, very controversial. Yes, this stadium right here is one that many fans believe is not good enough to be a stadium, never mind a top division Premier League football stadium. Opened in 2012 for the Olympic Games, this stadium right here was designed for athletics and athletics only. However, this club right here bought this stadium after the Olympics was finished and turned this into a football stadium. Buying the UK's biggest and newest stadium, it seemed a great idea. However, according to fans, it's turned out to be exactly the opposite. Now, in case you haven't guessed it already, today we're visiting West Ham's Olympic Park Stadium. This stadium from the outside is absolutely phenomenal, there is no doubt about it. However, from the inside, it has caused an awful lot of controversy from fans, from visitors, from everyone who's been inside this stadium. West Ham fans that follow me on this channel, you guys have messaged me and said I need to come and review this stadium. You guys have said this stadium is not a football stadium, this stadium is the worst stadium in Europe. Now, for fans to be saying that about their own stadium speaks levels, and that is why I'm here today. That is why I've stopped off after coming home from the USA to come and review this stadium for myself and show you guys exactly what I think. Just look at this. This big massive orbit, the structure. If you remember the 2012 Olympic Games, that is an iconic sign. What do you think about this stadium behind you?
Awful. It's soulless, mate. There's just nothing there, no atmosphere, nothing.
Compare this to Upton Park.
You can't. You can't. You fly up Upton Park, do you know what I mean?
Yes!
Yeah, we have 35,000, 45,000 uptake. I think 26 to 30 of them are left already.
Wow.
You know, so that's how we have left. So you haven't got real fans here anymore. You know, just tourists and that's it, mate.
I get a lot of comments on my videos saying that this is the worst stadium in Europe.
It's got to be up there. I mean, it's consistently voted the worst ground in the Premier League.
What do you guys think of this stadium behind you?
Well, first of all, the problem is really what we came from, because obviously with Upton Park, you were very close to the pitch and you could create a real intimidating atmosphere. You can't really do that here. Ever since we moved here, we were worried. There was nothing, there needed to be a bespoke singing area, or, you know, where the fans were standing up, that sort of thing. You needed that, and you still do, and I believe that's on the agenda now. But it really needs something to lead it.
Do you think here, because of the distance you are from the pitch, it's very tough, as you said?
It really doesn't help. Yeah, I mean, we were lied to, basically.
Oh, so the club lied to you about it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they showed you plans of, well, there was some French stadium that do it. You know?
It seems just like it's a completely different atmosphere here. I mean, it's like you say, we promised the world. You know, Champions League football, safe standing, seats be closer to the pitch, and you think, well, where is it?
And do you hear that from people like away fans and even fans of West Ham saying this is the worst stadium?
Oh yeah, well, all over social media, don't you? You can see, you know, the atmosphere is dead.
Do you like this stadium?
No. The atmosphere. Upton Park, you was on their back constantly. This ground, you're not. It's too far away.
Think it's too far away from the pitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely too far away from the pitch.
As an away fan, this has been voted by away fans as the worst stadium in the Premier League. This video, I feel, along with a lot of my followers, have said this is the worst stadium in Europe.
In Europe, I wouldn't know because Bournemouth haven't been to Europe. But in the Premier League, hands down, this is the worst stadium. Like, I'm in the upper tier today. You're miles from the pitch. It's really hard to get an atmosphere going, even in an away end. So I think it's definitely the worst stadium in the Premier League. Maybe the worst stadium in Europe.
Well, guys, you've heard it there. The opinion of the fans tells you everything you need to know. This stadium, is it the worst in Europe? That's for you to decide in the comments. I must admit, from the outside, I do not see any problem with this stadium. I think it's a beautiful stadium. It's got everything you need and more. However, outside the stadium is not what matters, it's inside the stadium that matters. Let's get inside and see for ourselves what the fans were really talking about. Look at the state of this. 15 minutes before kick-off. And look at the amount of fans. Yeah, maybe the outside of the stadium isn't as good as I thought. These fans are definitely not making kick-off. Oh my god. And I've just paid £3.95 for a Red Bull. Jesus, man. Two massive negatives and we're not even in the stadium yet. not good. And we're on. Listen to the fans. Oh, huge. Inside the stadium, this is what it looks like. Pretty cool. I must say it's a bit infrastructural. Quite cool the designs in here, but weird. Nothing like I've seen before. Seems a bit temporary rather than permanent. Right guys, we're up at our seats and wait till you see how far we are away from this pitch. Look at this, I'm not even going to switch the camera, I'm just going to show you straight, look. I'm not going to lie, it's a good stadium. It is a good stadium. However, is this a football stadium? Is this anything similar to Upton Park? No. Miles away from the park. I mean, this is the view that we've got. Yeah, it's just not very practical, is it? I mean, when you get space to put beer gardens in because of the gap between the stands, these are all makeshift stands in here to get it closer to the park. But this is actually all a running track. Yeah, this is an athletic stadium. This definitely is not a football stadium. West Ham v Bournemouth, Premier League football. Let's go and see how the atmosphere is. If it's anything to go by what the fans were saying, the atmosphere might be quite dead in here, if it isn't already. Let's go. The bubbles. And here come the teams. Love it. I must admit, one of the best songs in football. Hearing that in real life, goosebumps. Yeah, straight from the off you can tell atmosphere's pretty flat in here. You can hear the away fans singing, but apart from the bubbles at the start, nothing. It's very hard to get an atmosphere going in this stadium, especially with how round it is, how far away you are from the pitch. I can understand what the fans were saying. Some fans trying to get it going down the front. Look at this cameraman with a jacket over his face. Sun too hot for him. That is incredible. When have you ever seen that? I've actually just realised something. So from watching the Olympics, I actually remember all of this wasn't here. So the bottom tier, this is all temporary. Well, not temporary, but this is all new seating that's been put in. For the Olympics, the athletics, only the top tier was here. You can see it here. Like, that is not a permanent stand. This is all temporary seating. For a Premier League club, with the amount of money West Ham have got, this stadium's just not good enough. 10 minutes in, still not much of a noise. The only thing you can really hear is from the away fans. I remember watching games when I was younger on TV, Upton Park, and Upton Park used to be bouncing. You could hardly even hear what was happening. Oh, Bournemouth nearly scored there. You could hardly even hear what was happening when the big games were happening in Upton Park, but in here it's just different. It's too big, too far away for the park. Here we go, a bit of noise. 20 minutes in. Come on, you Irons. We've got pockets of fans trying to start chants. But it's just so tough to get going in here. Trying their best. Look, just isn't spreading at all. The rest of the stadium probably can't even hear it from that side. Honestly, but just look at the distance from the stands to the park. Look at this big, massive open space. I've never seen anything like this in football. It's actually astonishing. And before they had it as a beer garden, it was just a big open space. I'll insert a photo here. It really is a crazy stadium. Not very practical for football, I'll tell you that. Oh my God. Bournemouth have just taken the lead. Look at this place. 1-0 Bournemouth just before half time. This ground is emptying. Look at this. Half of the fans are literally emptying. That's crazy. Just before half time, I've never seen a stadium empty like this in the first half. Maybe the second half after a goal. But not the first half. Still 3 minutes to go in the half. And look at this place, it's still emptying. It's just crazy. Nobody really wants to stay in and watch it. People are more excited about going to get their pints. That's it. You wouldn't know the match is still going on. Look. Not even half time yet. There we go, half time now. That's the loudest noise we've had this half. 1-0 Bournemouth. Even coming down here at half time, look, it's got like a temporary design. Banners to cover over the infrastructure. It's not really a appealing stadium from the inside. Weird. Second half, the bubbles are out. The fans are making their way back to the seats. Can West Ham get a goal and even a result? Just happens and it dies, doesn't spread. So disappointing, because the old West Ham, the old Upton Park, the atmosphere was incredible. It's sad to see this. West Ham pressuring. The passion's still there. Can we get a goal? Listen to this now. That's more like it. Love it! Back in at 1 each! That's exactly what we needed. That has livened this place up. This is the West Ham that I know. This is the West Ham I remember. Go on. Oh! Look at this place go now. What a difference for the first half. No way! West Ham lead, and it's that man, Jared Bowen. 2 goals, 2 headers, and it's 2-1. Wow, the bubbles are out. That is more like it, and that is exactly what this place needed. It's great to see West Ham leading, but it's still just too big of a stadium to get the full place going. At times you can feel this place, it does erupt, but it only lasts for a while, it doesn't last for too long. If this was Upton Park, they've been back in it, this place would be bouncing right now. Oh my, Bournemouth are back in it, 2 each. That didn't last long, did it? And this place goes dead again. Not good. If atmosphere was ever needed in this stadium, it's now. Bournemouth look so dangerous right now to take this game. Oh! Judge! Oh my! Oh no. No. Some people have had enough. Some people have seen enough, they're leaving. Yeah. This place is starting to empty again, this time for real. And there we go, full time. Half the stadium were already emptying anyway. Worst stadium in Europe? That's for you to decide. At least we've got the beer garden open. Don't forget to subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.